Hello everyone, I'm coming back with a new kind of video for you. Today I'll be going over every black commander in order of least to most EDA Trek decks built around them, and quickly go over how to use these most effectively. Or I'll just say something stupid about them and move on with my life. Who knows, I'm an agent of chaos and you can't tell me what to do, Dad. Real quick, these videos after I come back after a long break never do as well, so if you can do me a huge favor and just like it, maybe share it with someone, that would be a huge help and I will love you for it. Now without further ado, let's begin. Zhang Liao, Hero of Fei, the worst of many mono-black discard dudes. Cao Ren, Wei Commander. Well, at least he has horsemanship. Zhu Yun, Wei Advisor. This one doesn't even have horsemanship. Myojin of Night's Reach. Good luck casting it from your hand. Veldrain of Sengir, in case you want to hate on mono-green players but not actually win. Gallowbraid. What about this is legendary exactly? Sima Yi, Wei Field Marshal. Swamp-based Voltron that seems not too terrible, but is completely outclassed in almost every way by Corlash. Zhang He, Wei General. Well, it has horsemanship, but I don't think that's worth the $80 price tag. Grandmother Sengir. Well, it was just Halloween not too long ago, so why not make a witch-themed deck? You've got Kumbaj Witches, Sorceress Queen, that rat lady from Eldraine, and yes, there's no consistent theme or even creature type. But this one is at least justifiable for the spooky memes. Yukora, the Prisoner. Good Ogre Tribal Commander, only slightly outclassed by every other commander that doesn't kill half your stuff when it enters. Hell, I'd run Gallowbraid over this clown. Corvax the Curse, stricken with the curse of being awful. Tetzamok, Primal Death. Good luck revealing this from your hand. Commander Greven Ilvek. Fear is not a terrible keyword to have on a Voltron commander, just make sure you have another creature to sacrifice here. I recommend Lash Ride for this. A 0/0 creature is still a creature, just beware of having to sacrifice this to itself if your little buddies get killed in response. Irini Sengir, in case everyone else in your playgroup is playing Karametra. Morinfane. They made 2 Gallowbraids?! Cabal Patriarch, the ultimate counter to Bear Force 1. Akuta, Born of Ash. Boy, I sure do love sacrificing lands. Spirit of the Night. In case everyone else in your playgroup plays only black and you want to be liked so you play black too, but you still want to beat them, but you don't actually want to win. He Who Hungers. Okay, this is a better discard, boy. Not good, just better. Kagamaro, First to Suffer. Okay, maybe you can make this into a mono-black control deck that grinds out wins with card advantage and has a board wipe in the command zone for whenever you need it. I mean, Massacre Girl or any good black commander would probably be better than that, but it's worth thinking about anyway. Kuru Pit Lord. Just a big bad demon. Emphasis on bad. Shaku Endbringer. Don't get me wrong, tapping to exile is a good effect, just not worth the downside or the 7 mana. Isareth, the Awakener. Just 5 more minutes. Limdul, the Necromancer. A powerful effect, no doubt, but you're going to need a lot of mana to get this guy out, use his effect, and protect him from removal, but if you want to kill your opponents with their own zombified minions, this is a good way to do it. Baron Sengir. It sucks that this is restricted to black because all of Simic's counter shenanigans being used for 2/2 counters instead of 1/1s would be freaking cool. Ascendant Evankar. Well, if you want to make mono-black tokens with Bad Moon and stuff to buff your hordes of zombies and thralls, I guess this is your guy, but I really feel like you should be playing white if you want to make that deck happen. Keoki, Sanity's Eclipse. I feel like this and He Who Hungers are like exactly the same deck. Infernal Kirin. This one is too. Honestly, just pick one and make Black Spirit discards. Put Myojin of Night's Reach in there as well. Why not? Just don't make it the commander. Visara, the Dreadful. Sorta better than Shaku, but still pretty underwhelming. Urugos, the Empty One. Spectre Tribal, why not? Miri the Cursed. I'm sorry, you mean to tell me this thing can fly? Kiku, Night's Flower. It's sort of like Visara, but you have to pay more and it doesn't always kill them and it's a 1/1 and yeah, don't play this one. Hythonia the Cruel. The single Gorgon tribal support in the entire game. But if you must make this deck, I would still recommend Sisters of Stone Death so you can play the Vraskas as well as like half of all Gorgons. Hakan, Stromgold Scourge. Powerful effect, but unfortunately you can't actually cast this without command beaconing it first and then discarding it. Actually, it's not bad with Sir Gwyn if you're running any wheels or enough card draw to be discarding to hand size. Neferox, Overlord of Grixis. This guy is in charge of Grixis? Really? No one's overthrown this guy yet. Isan Shade. Shade Tribal, baby! Woo! Greel, Mind Raker. What if no one has any cards, including me? Especially me. Kalidas, Blood Chief of Get. Excuse me, can you turn around when I'm trying to paint you? And stop T-posing, damn it! God Eternal Bantu. Step 1, make as many tokens as possible. Creatures, treasures, clues, you name it. Now play Bantu, sacrifice all of them, draw so many cards you drown in it. If it doesn't work out, just play him again, sacrifice every permanent you have, and mill yourself out in the most baller concede possible. Ink Eyes, Servant of Oni. Probably just better than Limdul in every way. Kothofed, Soul Hoarder. This triggers whenever a player sacrifices a creature, fetch land, treasure token, anything another player owns. You would be surprised how much you draw with this, or at the very least how much you trip up your opponent's smothering tithe plans. Kuan, Ogre Ascendant. Grave Pact, Dictate of Erebos, Fleshbag Marauder. Yeah, no one will ever have creatures on board with this. Ashling, the Extinguisher. Honestly, I'm not sure I would call this a relentless force of destruction. Rankle, Master of... Patron of the Nezumi. Kind of like Kothofed, except they lose the life and you don't draw any cards. Huh. Yeah, just play Kothofed. Torgar, Famine Incarnate. I didn't expect the incarnation of Famine to be eating this much. Kokusho, the Evening Star. So good it used to be banned until people realized it was pretty bad. The word dies may be the worst thing to see on any legendary creature. Josu Ves, Lich Knight. Just in case you weren't clear, these aren't your run-of-the-mill 2/2 zombies. They are 2/2 zombie knights with menace. Not sure about using him as the commander, but Sir Gwyn is very happy to have this on her team. Iname, Death Aspect. Step 1, play this. Step 2, fill your graveyard with every black spirit you possibly can. Step 3, Living Death. If that doesn't work, replace Step 3 with Mortal Kombat and you've got yourself a victory. Demon Lord Belzenlock. Considering how huge demons tend to be, Belzenlock could make a pretty sweet mono-black demon tribal commander. Just be sure to include Liliana's other demons and rub in their face that none of them were good enough to be labeled Elder Demons. Well, the ones that aren't banned anyway. Cow, Lord of Way. Just when you thought we were done with Portal 3 Kingdoms and Discard Boys, here's Cow to ruin your day. Obnixilis the Fallen. Get it? Fallen? Like land fallen? Maga, Traitor to Mortals. If you really want to win with exactly 43 mana, Drana, Liberator of Malakir. Most people make Vampire Tribal with this because it's a vampire and it doesn't suck, unlike pretty much every vampire we've seen so far. Obnixilis, Unshackled. It's a big scary demon, so do big scary demon things. Just don't forget to put in Scheming Symmetry. Volrath the Fallen. Ramp it out, suit it up, discard Draco, crush dreams. Ayara, First of the Lochthwain. This is another black tokens deck, but this one has the distinct advantage of being actually good. Xiaodun, the One-Eyed. Who doesn't just love horsemanship? Balthor the Defiled. Listen, Mass Graveyard Recursion is an insanely powerful finisher, and having a source in the command zone puts some inevitability onto it. Use your turns leading up to this self-milling and tutoring massive black creatures into your graveyard, then prepare to raise an army of the damned to annihilate your opponent. Think Iname Death Aspect, but with actually good creatures. Seizon, Perverter of Tooth? Seizon, Perverter of Truth. I think Demonic Tutors flavor text said it best with, beware the generosity of demons. Yargle, Glutton of Urborg. It really says something to the caliber of legends we've covered so far that a 9/3 with no abilities is a more popular commander than him. Bantu, the Glorified. Pretty by-the-book aristocrat commander, but I'd only choose this over other options if having an indestructible sack outlet is really important to you. Corlash, Heir to Blackblade. This is the swamp-loving, lash-writhing, face-smashing powerhouse that Sima Yi wishes it could be. Sir Conrad, the Grim. I never thought I would see a genuinely powerful mono-black mill commander, but here we are. Whisper, Blood Liturgist. Hey, do you like recurring, really big stuff? Geth, Lord of the Vault. Revive people's mana rocks that you milled over and use those mana rocks to steal even more mana rocks! Anawan, the Ruin Sage. Well, you'd better be playing Vampire Tribal, cause otherwise I don't really know why you're running this guy. The Haunt of Hightower. You would be surprised how often cards go into graveyards from anywhere. Villus, Broker of Blood. One word, Necropotence. Obnixilis of the Black Oath. If this wasn't the head of a precon or the only pure black planeswalker commander, I guarantee this would have less decks than freaking Gallowbraid. Massacre Girl. Die! 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 Phage the Untouchable. Well, if you can get around the fact that you immediately die when you play this from the command zone with Platinum Angel or something, there are some pretty silly things you can do with this. My favorite is Endless Whispers, which gives it to your opponent when it dies and causes them that whole immediate death. Kalidas, Trader of Get. Would you stop T-posing? Drana, Calistria Blood Chief. Vampires, yeah, I'm bored. Moving on. Hirobi, Death's Wall. What if everything was Avatar of Woe, and anything that wasn't was Plague Wind? Endrick Sar, Master Breeder. The ultimate aristocrat commander, supplying you with a veritable army of innocents to slaughter. Sheoldred, Whispering One. Hey, do you like recurring really big stuff? Well, that's too bad, because if you're not me, your big stuff is screwed. Razaketh, the Foul-Blooded. It may be expensive, but this is also the most powerful demon legal in Commander. Play it, instantly find a combo, and win the game. It's not hard. Toshiro Umezawa. In case you really like murder. I mean the spell, not the felony. King Makar, the Gold Cursed. I'd untap that. Marilyn of the Mornsong. There are plenty of ways to abuse this effect and prevent your opponent from searching. Unfortunately, literally none of them are available for Mono Black. Machias the Unhallowed. Listen, if you're playing this and not going infinite with it, you're playing it wrong. Skithiryx the Blight Dragon. Infect.deck. Sidisi, Undead Vizier. Pretty much an expensive demonic tutor in the command zone. Use this when you want a card that isn't a legendary creature as your Mono Black commander. Chainer, Dementia Master. God, this deck is a nightmare to deal with. Ghoul Caller Gisa. You ever seen a Last Stand level of Plants vs. Zombies? Yeah, that's this deck, except no flowers can save you now. Yeheni, Undying Partisan. This aristocrat boy won't give you an endless supply of sacrifice fodder, but instant speed sack outlets are pretty good, especially the kinds that are hasty, slowly grow to enormous size, and are also pretty much indestructible. Sorry Bantu, your niche has been out-niched. Erebos, God of the Dead. Forget Bantu, this is a god. Liliana, Heretical Healer. It's Liliana. Play Liliana, do Liliana thing. Shirei, Shizo's Caretaker. Fill your board with creatures, play Shizo, sacrifice them to an outlet for pretty much any amount of benefit, then bring them back, kill them, bring them back, kill them, rinse and repeat until everyone is dead. Or you could just play Shadowborn Apostles. Kurik, Son of Yawgmoth. 2 words. Free Necropotence! Yawgmoth, Thran Physician. This guy is one of the most powerful black commanders we've ever seen, and keep in mind that's before he rose to power, created the Phyrexians, and literally became a god. This is how strong he is as a normal doctor. Gunti, Lord of Luxury. If there's one thing I like more than playing stuff, it's playing your stuff. Meronar. If there's one thing Rat Colony decks needed, it was a Krenko for rats. Oh, also they all have fear, which is exactly what you will feel when you are run over by an endless swarm of rats. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I was really happy with how the Eldraine set review went, so I wanted to make more content like this, but I'd love to hear if you all like this kind of thing. Don't forget to subscribe or I'll overrun you with rats. Bye now!